What's up YouTube? My name is Alice and welcome to my wonderland. If you couldn't tell by the huge bookcase behind me and the old furniture, I am back at my parents' house for the holidays. So yeah, Christmas is coming, jolly spirit is all around, and today I also have a confession to make. I am totally in love with otome games and visual novels. I am a very big fan of them. They are my guilty pleasure. And today I wanted to play a game that actually went under my radar 2 years before when it came out. I wanted to play it, but I couldn't due to me actually having to study for finals to get to university. So I never played it, even though I really wanted to. I'm a very big fan both of the Hidden Block group and the Normal Boots Club, but I never got to. So I thought, why not play it now for the channel? So, enough of me rambling, let's start the game. The train made its way along the gentle curve of the coast of Japan, whisking me further and further from home. Across from me sat a boy, face half buried in a newspaper. He was deeply entranced in whatever article he was reading and hadn't spoken a single word to me, even when I asked if I could join him in the last compartment with any available space. He shrugged, nodded, and adjusted his newspaper without ever making eye contact. It'd been almost an hour, in fact, and hadn't once looked at me. Devoid of conversation, I took instead to counting the buttons on the pretentiously lace carmine seat cushions. 1, 2, 3, 21, 22, and so forth, over and over. What a jerk! Now and again, I turned to look out the window where the trees were blaring by. Sometimes the smeared green would break and reveal the quiet blue of the Sea of Japan. Oh, Japan. I really want to go to Japan, by the way. It is certainly a beautiful country and I really want to visit. But getting from Greece to Japan, let's say it's not the easiest thing. Eventually, this rapidity made my stomach churn and I went back to counting the buttons of the seat cushions. 1, 2, 3. The train compartments shuddered around us. My eyes wandered to the boy in his jacket. It wasn't the school-issued blue that I and the other students on the train were wearing. Instead, it was a green varsity-like jacket with an embroidered patch poorly sewn on front. I just realized I had my cursor on the image all this time. I'm sorry, guys. So, you're first year then? He folded his newspaper neatly, set in his lap, and looked at me with half-interested gaze. Jared. And he's sparkling. Seriously, why is Jared sparkling? I mean, he does have a diva personality, but not this kind of, not such a big of a diva personality. I would mostly expect John Tron to sparkle, not Jared. He sparkles. He sparkles. Oh, this is beyond me. This is definitely beyond me. Did he just catch me staring? Now that the paper was gone, I saw his face. He watched me through heavy-lidded eyes. His hair was immaculately groomed, his teeth straight and blindingly bright. There was something about him, the way the light hit him, that made him look like he was almost sparkling. Me? He glanced around the compartment, empty beside us, and laughed. Oh, no, I'm not the first year, I'm a third year. So you transferred there. The train began to slow, metal wheels groaning against metal tracks. The sudden shift threatened to rob me of whatever was left in my stomach, but I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, willing myself to keep it together. Yeah, that would be a pretty bad impression. What kind of an impression would I leave, puking on a student before I even arrived at the academy? The boy frowned. I picked at the hem of my cotton shirt, scared. That's not possible. I've never seen you before. It took me a moment of mouth fishing to find a response. How does that work? It's because I'm a transfer student? He laughed again. A transfer student, huh? We don't get many of those. I removed my acceptance letter from the front pocket of my uniform The paper-heavy weight of white had accumulated creases from my reading and rereading, as if the words might have changed since the last time I read it. You don't need to give him your acceptance letter. You have the uniform, you have all the papers, you don't have to... Guys, you never have to justify yourself. You never have to justify yourself in front of a stranger. When your position is right, you can just go about your business. The boy took it, studied it, then handed it back to me.
I'll see you around.
Well then, Hannah, I suppose I'll be seeing you around. Oh, that voice. He smiled at me as he picked up the suitcase lying next to him. By the time I hiccuped a response, he was already gone from the compartment. Smooth. I stared out in the empty hallway of the train. It was then that I realized he, having gotten it from my acceptance letter, knew my name, and I never got his. Not so smooth. The train settled at the station, and I filed out with the rest of the uniformed students. It was early April, and the last frost of winter had come and gone. The trees were already green, their leaves shivering in the occasional gust weaving through them. The air was mild, only a few clouds hanging in the sky. I walked along the road with a swarm of blue-jacketed bodies, looking at the little groups breaking off from the crowd. Everyone was buzzing so animatedly around me. I held my suitcase tight in my sweaty hands. It was leather-bound and worth more than anything it contained. Oh, it wasn't far to the school, and I was, for maybe the first time in my life, thankful that what I owned didn't amount to much. My school issued black Oxfords click, click, click on the pavement. I walked this walk and over and over in my mind. So many nights I lay awake imagining what it would be like to walk from the train station to Asagao Academy the first time. I get that feeling. When I was about to go first time in university, I was so excited. All the new adventures, all the new possibilities. Yeah, I understand how it feels. My new start. I always imagined that everything would change for me on this walk. That somehow everything would be magically different. Oh, what did someone do to you? But as I looked around, I realized nothing had changed. I hadn't changed. Yeah. No matter what you do, no matter how much you escape your reality, you can't escape yourself. You firstly need to look him in the eyes and accept yourself. Otherwise, you're not gonna change. You firstly need to change inside to change the things around you. To truly change the things around you. By the time I reached the massive gate to the academy, I forgot all about the disappointment slouching in the back of my throat. The school, framed by gates twisting black metal, was just as beautiful as the glossy photos I saw in its pamphlets. That was it. Asagao Academy. I glanced around, the swarm of students gathered around the gate. Beyond it, tiny blue people bounced around the academy's main building. A girl pressed a button to one side of the gate. The excitement in the air was almost palpable. A few moments later, the black gate, with great effort, creaked outwards and cleared the pathway. As the rest of the group shifted into motion, I followed along, a sheep in the herd. My stomach tied itself into knots. Oh, poor girl. She's having social anxiety. The crowd split off in different directions. For a moment, I panicked. A tired-looking man with graying hair called out for the first years, a cluster of fresh-faced students gathering around him. Hey, look at that girl. I turned. A few feet away, a small group of boys were pointing at me and snickering. Pink hair? Are you kidding me? How desperate can you get? What do you care? How desperate can you get to justify yourself and to make yourself better by belittling others? Hot shame crawled down my neck. I attached myself to a group of girls, following a few steps behind them. In the distance, cicadas hummed in time to my shoes crunching against gravel. Poor girl. My hair. It wasn't my fault that my hair looked like this. Luckily, I found myself at the girls' dormitory, a large sign in the lawn reading Primrose House. People can be such jerks sometimes, and they'll find any excuse to make you feel bad, and And I kind of feel Hannah. When I went to university, even though I was very excited, it took me a few days to actually go to classes, and by the time I arrived, everyone knew each other, so it was kind of hard for me to make new friends and talk. I also had social anxiety, so I tended to really panic. Yeah, it doesn't help. You want to talk to someone, but you panic when someone actually talks to you and you're standing there not knowing what to say. It's actually pretty scary, and I kind of feel Hannah at this. The building dwarfed me down in size and sheer intimidation. How many students did Asagao have? Many. As I approached the building, a red-headed girl lingering nearby caught my attention. I looked away, then looked back. She was staring at me. She walked over. The dread.
Oh, you must be my roommate!
You are the excited roommate. Nice to know. I eyed her weirdly. She was smiling and bouncing in a way that suggested her views on life were akin to a perpetual bouncy castle. Nice.
What?
Me?
Bingo.
Of course, you silly. Let me guess. Room 325? I thought back to the paper I received a month prior with a list of all the supplies I needed for the year and my dorm arrangements. Yeah, that's right. She laughed, but I couldn't figure out what was so funny. Was she laughing at me? When I found out my roommate was a transfer student, I knew you were gonna be a total main character. The game is recognizing itself. Claps to the creators. That was a very good line to put in there. Sorry. What? When I saw you outside the gate, I knew it was you. I mean, look at that hair. Yeah. If you ever wake up in an anime world, or a visual novel world, or a comic world, and you have some very weird colored hair, and everyone else has normal hair, you should be fine. Just be happy. You're the main character. Except if you're in Tokyo Ghoul, or Attack on Titan. Then you're screwed. I felt a lump forming in my throat. What was he talking about? She had to be making fun of me. I hadn't spent more than 5 minutes on campus, and I was already being mocked. My hands began to tremble. Is there something wrong with my hair? Oh, poor girl. What have they done to you? For you to be so sad. What could they have done to her? Her face slackened from its amused smile to a more worried expression. Then she began to laugh again. No.
No. It's great. I'm sorry. We're getting off on the wrong foot, aren't we? Oh gosh. I'm Mai Sasaki. You must be Hana.
Good to know you. Good to meet you. I bowed my head.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you, Mai. All your school books are waiting in our room with your welcome letter, and I read the envelope. I hope you're not mad. Mai started walking toward the dorm's front doors. I followed behind like a lost puppy. Did you check in at the front desk already? No, I didn't. I didn't know I was supposed to. Seriously? There are no instructions on the acceptance letter that say how to act when you get in the academy? Why? Good. They'll offer to have a staff member give you a tour of the campus. But I can show you around. We don't get many transfer students in year 3, you know. Oh, is that your only bag? Just the one? I'm glad I brought an extra bag of stuff to decorate our room with. I started already. I hope you don't mind. But I did wait to string the lights. I thought we could do it together, you know. Help. She spoke quickly, the words bubbling from her mouth, and left me no time to answer until the end of her monologue. Yeah, okay, that sounds good. She held the front door open for me and I hurried inside. Girls filed up and down the hallway, howling greetings and exchanging dark niceties that were, more often than not, how was your break? And look at how tan you got. It seemed like everyone knew each other. I followed Maya as she led me through the maze of students and up 2 flights of stairs. Each dorm floor looked the same as the last, narrow, white doors lining both sides of the pale pink walls. Thin gold numbers were tacked to the front of each, the numbers rising as it climbed. You are not missing anything with the campus tour, I promise. Mr. Saitomo does them every year and he's like totally dull. He just drags you around the entire campus and talks in that weird, squeaky voice of his. I'll tell you everything you need to know. I smiled, trying to let this calm my nerves. Thanks. She found the board of... What is the word in English? She found the savior, everyone. That's good. I kinda feel sad that almost all my responses are that's good, that's alright, that's fantastic, that's awesome. But as I said in the first video I made, I am not a native English speaker. I'm actually from Greece. So with every video I'm making, I am practicing my English and I kinda get better at speaking. And I hope that in some time I can speak more fluently so I can have better reactions and not being a copycat all the time. I hope you can bear with me until then. We headed down a hallway on the third floor. Maya stopped us in front of a door number 325. Here we are. Oh, that's such a beautiful room. A faint smell of potpourri wafted through the room. The walls, like the hallway, were soft, powdery pink. May already defaced them with a tapestry of posters, magazine cutouts, and photographs. Tortured souls, the only my guitar understands me world tour. Oh, I feel that phase. I still listen to the bands of my teenagehood. I still deeply love them. I used to listen to Black Veil Brides, Set It Off, Sleeping with Sirens, Panic at the Disco, and I still listen to them and I love them very deeply. They remind me years that were both kind of embarrassing but still very dear to my heart, because they really shaped who I am today. Obsession. Alvinstein. I love how he holds the teddy bear. He's so adorable. Such a nice room. I must be a very positive person. Some of the photos were of cats, but most were of male models and ragged musicians. A bunk bed, two writing desks with wooden chairs, a small dresser, and a mirrored vanity, all clearly provided by the school, were the only piece of furniture in the tiny room. That sounds a very awesome room. The top bunk was already covered in neatly tacked blankets and throw pillows of clashing patterns and colors. The bottom bunk had a single stiff-looking pillow and a thin cotton blanket that I didn't need to touch to know was horribly itchy. That sounds mostly like a true dorm room right there. I must have grimaced because Maya quickly smiled at me. I brought way too many pillows and blankets. I always overpack. I went to Italy over break and Mom got really mad at me because I brought 5 bags, but we were only there for a week. Good for you! She laughed, pulled several blankets and pillows from her bag, and rearranged them neatly on mine. A sudden twinge of guilt and embarrassment hit me.
Perfection!
There. That's much better. Couldn't she have at least asked her? You could ask her. I mean, she grimaced and you picked it up, but still, you actually need to ask if she wants another blanket. Thanks, Mai. Okay. I placed my suitcase on the bottom bunk and began to unpack its contents. Several changes of clothing, pens and pencils, empty notebooks, a few photographs of my father, a dilapidated stuffed rabbit, an old portable radio, and a small black box. May opened the curtains and the sunlight poured in. So, where are you from? I slid the now empty suitcase under the bottom bunk. About 2 hours north of here, it's a small town called Amaririsu. You probably haven't heard of it. That's good. If she stays close, that's very good. But it's actually very handy. If it's just 2 hours from her hometown, that means she doesn't get too away from her families. She's close to her families. She doesn't seem to be the person that wants to get away from familiar surroundings. So this will help her open up her horizons. Yeah, I think that would be the best for her. I set the stuffed rabbit, Mr. Bunny, on my bed beside the purple and the teal throw pillow. Does any one of you have any stuffed animals that you can throw away? I have one. It's a dog called Ivano, and I actually took it away from home when I moved out because I just couldn't leave him. So many good memories. I really love that stuffed animal. If you have any stuffed animals that you can get rid of, again, go to the comments below. I really like to see your opinions, your ideas, your memories. Let's all be a big community together. That would be nice. Oh, did you go to different boarding school, or there are other people who don't go to boarding schools? That's the thing that sometimes gets me with people who go to boarding schools. It's like the rest of the world for them is so unnatural, so weird. Many times you talk to them and you're like, have you had any normal days in your life? But of course that's not everyone. I've met people from boarding schools that are actually pretty nice, and private schools who are pretty nice, pretty knowledgeable, but again, there's a trend there. Many times they don't know how the real world works, and that's a shame. No, I went to a public school down the streets from my house. Public school? Again, you see the reaction. What was that like? Were the students mean? Did you have a lot of friends? I always went to private schools. My parents work a lot and my dad goes overseas, so I think they stuck me here for convenience. That's actually pretty sad. Oh hey, what's that? I'd removed an ornately patterned origami crane from the black box and was setting it on an unclaimed writing desk. Oh this? My mother made it for me a long time ago. I set it beside a stack of thick textbooks, which I assumed were provided for me. It's so pretty. I've never seen a paper like that before. Oh yeah, the lights. Let me get them. Mai went to her own desk, opened the drawer, and pulled out a long tangled string of fairy lights. I thought this would look nice. Here, help me string them up. She grabbed a container of pushpins, then pulled her wooden desk chair out and over the one wall. I did the same thing with my own. Together we pinned the lights around the perimeter of the room. How was the train ride over? Did you meet anyone? No, not really. I was in a compartment with some guy and...
What?
Some guy, huh? Was he cute? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't even get his name. I seemed disappointed for a moment, then picked back up. She already knows that you're eventually gonna get a guy. Certainly. I mean, you're the main character. You're gonna get one. You'll have to point him out to me if you see him again. Okay. Once we finished stringing the lights, Mike climbed down from her chair and brushed her hands together triumphantly.
Yeah!
Done! Okay, now it's time for lunch. The food here is pretty good. There's this ramen place down the street from campus that's like out of this world, but the school only lets us leave campus on weekends. I walked to the window. We could go today because it's Sunday and it's pretty nice out, but I guess you might want to go to the cafe since you got here. We could... She was suddenly interrupted by her own enthusiastic laughter. Oh my gosh, maybe Santos totally just stripped outside and fell on her face. I saw it. Oh, is that mean to laugh? Maybe I shouldn't have. If she is very bitchy, you have every right to laugh. Laugh all you want. Oh well, anyways, let's go eat. I'm totally starved. She let me out the room before I even had the chance to respond. The cafeteria was buzzing with students, excited for the new year. Okay everyone, I have to wrap this out here. It seems like a very good visual novel and game. I really want to continue playing it. I actually think I saw somewhere that you can actually do a hidden block group run, and I would really like to see that. I actually like the guys from the hidden block much better than the normal boots club. I actually really like the hidden block club, and I would really like to see their run. I mean, Ian, Caddy, Jeff. Of course I'm gonna try the route, are you kidding me? Of course. Anyway, if you want me to do a particular route that's not the hidden block, Just write it in the comments below. I really want to see your opinions and your ideas, and your feedback is very valuable to me because it helps me improve, and I really want to improve. I really want to create a community that we can celebrate together games, stories, and how they affected our lives. So go to the comments below, and if you'd like, leave your ideas. I'm definitely gonna do the hidden block run that I said. There's no way I'm leaving it behind. But if you guys want me to do another route, I will do that route, and then I will do the hidden block one as a bonus, because I really want to see it. I also think there was a Jack's route that would also be totally funny and totally awesome, and I would like to check it out. Anyways, I really like this visual novel. It seems very nice till now. There's clearly very large effort put into it, and I really want to continue playing it. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope I'll see you next time in my wonderland. Don't be late, the clock is ticking. Bye.